what killed her husband. Who gives a... Crowley? Crowley? Really? Crowley? Crowley? Woo! No. Release her. Come on. Kevin. And you're gonna have to get eaten up.
Do what now?
Yeah. You two short round. Keeps the demons away.
Short stop. This isn't Indiana Jones.
Oscar's laughing though. We need you. I need you, Cass.
This guy who's just giving us a thumbs up.
You're my baby daddy.
Oh, sorry.
Talk about stuff. Come on. My Eccc folder is gone.
Where's it hidden?
Sounds working. Yeah, it was on the desktop.
It's on the desktop.
Yeah. There it is. Jesus. I'm like, can't see that.
Oh, we are so professional.
That's why I unplugged it so it wouldn't look quite as bad.
We're just gonna whack that up.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, because I can't find anything else. Hey!
No picture.
There's no picture.
There's no picture.
There's no picture. What we see on your screen is where is the picture? It's waiting.
What? What? It should never. What?
It should not take that long to pull up a picture. It did though. Yeah, it didn't start over.
No. Okay, we'll just leave it as a help.
There it goes.
Well, there you go. That's the best picture ever.
This is your face.
You ready?
Yes. I think so. Maybe.
Let's look at it.
We'll discombobulate it. And go.
And
Well, thank you all for joining us today at the 2014 Supernatural Fan Panel. We are the organizers of the Midwest-based Winchester Midwest, which is a Supernatural fan convention. My name's Andy Messino. This is Tara Andrews and Teresa Warnock. We are fans just like you, so we're kind of keep this as we want to hear what you guys are thinking about the show, what you're liking about it, what you're not liking about it. We have a microphone over on the side of the room that you can line up for and then ask a question. You can just give a comment, talk about whatever you want to talk about Supernatural, okay? I know it's scary, but you guys can do it. So, if you have a question or comment, microphone. But while you're going to go get in a line now, I'll ask, who started watching from the pilot? Okay. How many people started watching somewhere between like season 1? Yeah, season 2, season 5. Like 3.
who came in at 6?
Who came in like the later
The
part
6
of it?
to 9.
Who's never seen the show before? Okay, I got one hand over there. Are you lost?
Was this the panel you were looking for?
Yes. I don't know about that.
There's going to be some spoilers.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Is everyone all caught up? They watched the episode last Tuesday? Yes? Okay. So we might touch on some things that happened there. Also, is everyone aware of the spinoff that's happening? Woo! We'll probably touch a little bit on that. As you may not know, they were shooting in Chicago this last week. So yeah, we actually got out of Vancouver and came down, which is exciting. Seriously, no one has anything to say? Come on. Oh, there we go.
Hey.
Hi.
Okay, so it's kind of a theory. Like, is that okay?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so Cain and Abel, Cain stabbed his brother with the thing to keep him from, or protect him from Lucifer. And I kind of think, like, it kind of reminds me of Sam and Dean, and I'm wondering, like, in the future, if something's gonna happen like that, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Do you think it's going to happen?
I worded this really badly. I'm sorry.
No,
There's a lot
that's
of people here.
That made total sense. And yeah, I mean, Supernatural's not awesome at being subtle sometimes. So I love it dearly. I'm just saying that. So yeah, maybe. I mean, they could be setting up a parallel. We'll come back and you can tweet that you said it here first, if that happens. Go ahead.
Is there a chance that Lucifer and Michael will ever get out of their prison?
Adam is staying in that
Adam is
cage
staying.
forever.
They
He
forgot
will
about Adam,
never get
yeah.
out. I will probably not.
No.
Probably not. Yeah.
So one of my favorite characters on the show is Charlie Bradbury, and the last time I'm in love with Felicia Day. It's kind of a problem. And so
That's a good problem
and so
to
last
have.
time we saw Charlie, she went into Oz with Dorothy, and I was wondering if we were going to see more of her.
Don't know. That does still. Yeah, that would be good. Even if it's like a little mini series.
Or maybe she'll show up on Once Upon a Time. I don't know. They're in Oz now.
Once upon a time.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time, they're in Oz.
You had to.
I had to. That's my favorite show.
This is really high up. There we go. Okay. I kind of wanted to share a personal story. I actually am kind of new into Supernatural. I was looking for something to watch with my baby brother, and I started watching Supernatural, and he is almost exactly like Sam, and I identify so hard with Dean, it's ridiculous.
Aw.
So we started watching it, and like every time something happened to the brothers, we would just turn to each other and cry silently. Like it was just beautiful. This is the series that we've gotten the closest together through.
Oh, that's
so
lovely.
Supernatural, thank you.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Awesome. Just quick, how many of you have like gotten somebody else into the show from you watching it? Yeah, no, that's a lot of hands. How many of you have gotten into the show because someone else was like, you have to watch this show?
Dragged you in.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those shows you kind of just, you connect
Yeah.
with it and then you kind of, you get so passionate about it, you then grab everybody in your circle and make them passionate about it as well. That's fun. Go ahead.
All right, so I don't know. This is kind of like an open question to the fandom. I figured if I'm
excellent.
just going to throw myself
Yeah.
out there.
Throw it out.
I don't know, like, I really love the fandom, and I think all of us do. Obviously, there's a really full room of us here, but there's a lot of problematic representation within the fandom, like all of our female characters dying.
Fridged, yeah.
I don't know. What does just everyone think about that? Getting, like, some better representation.
Yeah, they
What
don't like them near the
even?
boys, right?
Can we just, like, be really loud then and keep Abaddon?
I think it's hard. I mean, we remember in season 3 it was when they brought
Yeah.
Ruby and Bella on, and the fandom kind of lost their
Mine.
stuff. I see a small child right there. They lost their minds. So I wonder if part of it is just that they know how negatively
We
the
react.
fandom reacts when you bring this female
Yeah.
on. Look at Joe's, like, when they first brought Joe on, fandom really didn't
They didn't care for
didn't
that.
care for her. Then she dies, we're like, oh, we love Joe. We totally
She was
loved
the-
her.
we
She
would've-
was our favorite.
We would have had her with
It's like,
Dean.
yeah, oh, she could get together with Dean. Where were you guys?
But it was the turnaround that they did later on that, which is why I think everyone finally clung to Jo, was because they were pushing her so hard as a
Yeah.
love interest for Dean.
They introduced her as that, right?
They introduced
Yeah.
her as a love interest for Dean, and then later on, because of fandom pushing back, there was that slow turn, and then, oh, she's not that bad because they're not forcing her on us.
Yeah, if they did it more organically than just introducing them.
For example, Felicity on Arrow.
Yeah, and why do they always have to be a love interest? Why can't they just be...
Awesome females without
Yeah.
Right.
caring about, yeah, absolutely. Good point. Good job.
Hi. So one of my favorite things about Supernatural is the timeline that it kind of follows, kind of does it. So mine's kind of a two-parter. Do you guys think 2014 is still going to happen with the
I'd
Crow Tour
love to see
And
that, yeah.
if so, how do you think that'll affect the spinoff, if it affects it at all?
Ooh, good question.
That's a really good question.
Well, thank you.
I would love it if they managed to turn it back round to the end. Was it the end?
Yeah, the
That one-
end, yeah,
that
the
was
end.
To the
We-
Croatoan virus.
We were talking about that. We were talking about, instead of it being Lucifer and Sam talking to Dean, now that Dean has the mark of Cain,
Yeah.
what if it's an internal struggle with Lucifer and Dean still having that conversation, but it's just all in his head now?
Like they were always going to end up there.
So they were going to always end up
It's a different
there.
way, but
Whatever.
we're always going to end up there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter
It didn't
what you
matter
do.
how the world went, but they were still going to end up there.
Who do we still have like the writers from that? Do they ever, I don't know, go on the wiki and remember what their old episodes were?
I don't know.
Oh.
Continuity is a problem.
Was it Ben Edlund? My
we-
baby
we've lost
daddy.
him, haven't we?
I love him.
We've lost Ben
I know,
Edlund.
yeah. So maybe
I
not.
don't know how it would affect the spin-off if they brought it round to that. It might be a completely different timeline, set of problems. I have no clue.
Thank you.
Thanks. That was a great question.
Okay, so something that I think should happen is that Adam should get out of the cage and then compete for the new King of Hell.
Oh,
He would be angry enough to do that, I think.
I would.
But can you just imagine? It's like you find out you have this family and they lock you in this cage and they leave
Oh,
you
we're just
there.
going to use you as the proxy, thanks. You're welcome.
Imagine the Christmas dinners. It'd be so awkward.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. It's so awkward.
Yep. Okay, so I'm just kind of curious if they'll ever resolve the phone call where Sam got one phone call and Dean said something else, and sort of how it would affect the relationship if they ever figure out what actually happened.
They probably won't ever resolve
No.
that. Which that's what there's fanfic for, I think. But yeah. We have a history of
dropping
things. These
Yes.
little things that we're like, it's gonna come back. And,
Like the Antichrist.
Yes.
Yeah. Jesse's
in
surfing
Australia.
in Hawaii or
Is it
Australia.
Australia.
He's fine. He's fine.
Christo would be good, yeah.
We were saying that this week when Sam
Yeah.
was throwing the holy water
Why not
on the
just
guy
say
in the
Christo?
cell. I'm like, why don't you just say Christo is blind will turn black? Don't you've forgotten so much.
Hi, I don't know if my question has been answered in the last episode because of finals week, but I haven't watched it yet. But my thing was actually when Kevin was a ghost and Bobby's a ghost, but Bobby's up in heaven and he said the doors are locked.
Yeah.
Do you think that means Bobby can't get out just as much as Kevin can't get in, or because I'm wondering how is Bobby going to reappear if the doors are still locked?
Is Bobby reappearing?
He's not coming.
Well,
is he
he's
back?
kind of hinting to he wants to make a reappearance. So
Oh.
I'm wondering, are they going to be able to? I think that's what he said at the panel
Okay.
this afternoon.
So they'd have to solve that problem
They'd have
first.
to
They'd have
open
to
it locked.
Right.
The Reapers would
The
be able
gate's
to
locked. You
send
can't get up. You can't get out. So
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was just a one-way only, and once you exit, you can't go
No,
back
they've
in.
not spoken about. They haven't gone back to that yet. Actually.
no. So if he wanted to come back, yeah, we'd have to fix the
they'd have to
gate
fix
problem.
that gate.
They
yeah.
do. All right.
Which
Thank you.
hopefully they will. We have a couple more episodes this season.
We've got a few.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Somebody talked about this briefly a minute ago, but I just wanted to, because I'm a huge fan, and I especially really like the way they portray men as being able to be close without, necessarily implying that they're gay or, there's something wrong with them or anything like that.
Are you talking about a
Really-
bromance?
I know, all of you ship Sam and Dean. Get over it.
What?
That's what happens when
But in
there's no
the
female
show,
characters.
They are obviously not into each other.
And you're on your own
okay?
for a while.
But I really like that. But one thing that, like someone said, there's no real fighter female characters. And when a female can fight, she's almost always bad. Or, like Mary, she dies.
Yes.
The only good, strong woman is a dead strong woman.
Yes, pretty much.
And does anyone else have a problem with that? It's I so badly wanted this spinoff to feature a strong female hunter because you never ever see them.
Well, the spin-off is
Yeah,
a
but she's
female
not a
lead,
fighter.
but she's
I mean,
a
Charlie
werewolf,
is
I think.
awesome, and I love her. She's so perfect. She's great, and I love Felicia Day. But she's not a hunter. She's
Right.
not a fighter.
It would be, but we've seen a couple of women hunters, and they've both been killed, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Really, that could have been really interesting.
And I cannot remember the name of her character, mom. Joe's mom.
Yeah,
why
Ellen.
wasn't she a
Ellen.
hunter? Why was she waiting tables? But they show that she's mostly staying at the roadhouse.
Yeah.
She's mostly hanging out there, even though her husband was killed. It's why isn't she out there? That's
Yeah.
every hunter's backstory.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Someone I love got
was,
killed. Now I gotta go avenge
Yeah,
her
it was
death.
like the one that kind of shared my name with the limp.
Oh,
that's how she
Tara,
knew.
yeah.
Yeah, she was. I'd
Even
love
Joe
to have
was
known
always
that.
portrayed as being from the kid table and just trying to move up, and everyone's trying to protect her, and she can
They struggle
barely
to
even
write
fight
for
a ghost
us.
on her own. It's
For some reason, they just struggle to write women.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know
know,
why. They just do.
It's frustrating because they do have women on the staff as staff writers.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be the problem that they seem to have, but yeah.
Boobs seem to confuse them. I
So
don't
we should
know
start a
why.
petition. Female hunters.
Female hunters, yes. Very good. Hi there.
So,
are you Naomi?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Can you open heaven? No, you're dead. Sorry, never mind.
Jesus.
Too soon? I don't know.
No, wings or it didn't happen.
What's that?
So I kind of wanted to talk about inadequately mourned deaths.
Okay.
There are a lot of characters who they were shown to have.
Woo!
They were shown to have significant impact while they were up and about and doing their thing, living or dead, because that doesn't mean a whole lot. And characters like Balthasar, for example, he and Cass were shown to have a pretty close sibling relationship. And then once he's gone, we just don't really talk about him ever again. Or the one that I'm really caught up on is Adam. Adam was one of the only people in this entire set of circumstances that you can say is genuinely innocent of everything that has been going on. And with the emphasis that they place on family, we know family doesn't end in blood, and that is incredibly important. It's so important. But at the same time, you kind of have a responsibility not to blood kin necessarily, but kind of to your fellow human beings to acknowledge that they exist, they deserve to exist. And so the last acknowledgement that we really got of Adam was when Dean had to pick which soul he was going to have death pull out of the cage. And they were like, well, you can pick Sam or Adam. It's like, Sam, obviously Sam.
Yeah.
And yeah, he struggled with it. But
For a
then we
nanosecond.
never, it's like,
It's always gonna be
it's like Adam just never exists again. And I just want there to be, I've heard a lot of great things about how, and now Adam should get pulled out and he can be an antagonist and that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But is there any chance of them even acknowledging Adam's existence ever again? Just acknowledging
Maybe.
it.
I don't know. I mean,
We're not really known for playing a long game
No.
on Supernatural. They tend to play the short game a lot. So you introduce a character, you use them up, and then you don't necessarily bring them
The
back.
long game went with Kripke.
Yeah. Kripke, if Kripke was still involved with the show, maybe. But he's off doing Revolution and whatnot now.
And the actor's doing,
And the actor's
isn't he
doing all like the Percy Jackson and everything.
Oh, that got killed.
Oh, did it? All right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he won't be doing that anymore.
Never
Maybe
mind.
he can come
But
back.
maybe.
But yeah, he would have one heck of a motivation for
Yeah, I mean,
revenge.
he'd be a
Destroy
great
them,
big
really.
bad
To
for a
become-
season.
Yeah, to become a huge big bad.
Yeah, he'd
maybe
be
for
a
the
great-
final season they could have.
Final season making
Yeah.
the big bad, so maybe next year. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't have an
you.
answer for you, but
No,
yeah, it's
yeah.
a very
And then,
good point.
Since we have already averted the apocalypse, maybe we could just end with a giant hug. And we could be family.
I don't think that's going to happen.
And we could
That'd
go
be
back
nice.
to, saving people, hunting things.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. That was good.
Hi. Okay, so I think most of us can agree that Supernatural is not all that terrifying a show. I mean, there are monsters
Sometimes.
there are
Sometimes it
monsters that are wholly scary. The first seasons are terrifying. But my question for you guys, because you're like such big fans of the show, is do you have a favorite monster or something that like truly scares you? I recently did like this 10 countdown for the scariest monsters, and I ended it with humans because always
Yeah.
when the humans are
Yeah.
involved, it's terrifying, and you can't wait for them to die. But you know that even when they do die, there are other humans out there like that. So,
Yeah.
question for you: What are the scariest monsters to you?
Scariest.
Well, if I can't have the cannibal episode with Dean making that comment, yeah, because humans are far scarier in what we can do than just about anything else. Other than that, I did enjoy the Bloody Mary episode.
Yeah.
I was gonna say back in the first season when they did more of the
It's more horror.
yeah, the
isn't it?
more
Yeah.
of the, or like the urban legend, the
Yeah.
thing everyone's always heard of. Oh, this my cousin's best friend's roommate. It totally happened to them.
What was the one where they, the Halloween one where they're eating each other? That was. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was. Yeah, that's a great opening, but yeah, that was kind of bad.
I didn't like the witches either because I always am assuming someone would hex me like that.
Yeah,
and
I'd find one in my couch.
Yes.
Yeah.
and I would
Nice.
find that and be like, yeah, no.
I think.
What was number 2 on your list?
Yeah.
Number 2, I think it was the clown one, the Rakshasta.
Yeah.
That thing scared the crap out of me, especially because I'm terrified of clowns already. To give it that face and have it be like shape shifting like that
Yeah.
was not good.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hey, Mighty Duck.
Ducks fly together.
They do.
So I kind of had like a question type comment thing on like the whole strong female characters. I have always really enjoyed Meg from straight
Yes.
from season 1, and someone can totally correct me if I'm wrong, but we never see Meg die. She gets scooped up by Crowley and she
Yeah.
just disappears. So She gets stabbed.
Wow.
She's
We could hand wave it
she's
either
in
way.
limbo,
Yeah, we can.
right? She's in the limbo. So I was just thinking, like, you know, because she kind of got scooped up by like Crowley and stuff like that. Like, could she kind of come back with
Yeah.
Abaddon? Because I think that would be a kind of a cool little female dynamic duo.
Yeah.
That would just be like.
Were they on different sides?
No, they're both for
They're both
Lucifer.
for Abaddon?
Yeah, she
They're-
was on Abaddon's side.
They're
correct?
both anti-Crowley, and they're
yes,
both
they
for
were
Lucifer.
anti-Crowley.
Anti-Crowley.
She needs to find her unicorn.
And so.
That was
Because I was thinking it'd be cool to get them together,
Yeah,
and
that
then
would be.
like have them kind of have the disagreement with like Cass, because like you know how Meg's always like Clarence and you know, has that
Yes.
soft spot, and then that would be the rift between them, and then they could kind of then.
Do you want to write the show? Because
Yeah.
that sounds really good.
We'll send you to LA.
I would watch that.
I just think that would be
But
pretty
yeah,
cool.
But
and
yeah, it's quite possible for her to come back because
so
that's what
And
happens.
like they always say, no one's really dead
No
on
one's dead.
Supernatural. We'll find a
anywho,
way.
That was just my thought.
That's
Pass
good.
it on, post it, sign petitions.
That's
More
great.
Meg.
Yes, go Meg.
Okay, so like, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a friendly werewolf on the spin-off, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that would be.
And Garth is now a werewolf.
Yes.
He could. You think he might go over?
I don't know, or it could be like his family group thing.
I've
Maybe.
heard that no one from Supernatural will be going over to the spin-off.
Yeah.
They'll do the pilot, but I don't think they're going to be included. That's.
But
at
then
the moment.
also, oh crap, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, no, I forget.
That's okay.
We got time. You can go back.
That I really miss his little, thing. I like it. I miss that.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Oh, my swagger. You like that? Okay.
Yes. I feel your pain. Okay, we have 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, so mine's actually a perfect segue because we were talking about characters. You know, we want to show some love. I'd like to throw out some love for Benny because I really liked Benny. Benny was great. And so this is kind of a two-parter. I wanted to know your guys' opinion because the reason why I liked Benny so much is I feel like he brought a lot of character development to Dean himself of like, he's a monster. Do I trust him? Okay, I'm going to have to trust him. And one of the problems I kind of have with the show is the boys waffle a lot about that. Like, at first it was like, Sam was like, oh, monsters, not all monsters are bad. And Dean was like, no, we just got to kill them all. And then Dean started like, okay, no, the monsters, whatever. And Sam was like, okay, no, we just got to kill them all.
Yeah.
And then
Depends where they were at
with
the
like
time.
Garth and stuff like that. Like, I just want to know your ladies' opinions. Like, does it bother anybody else? Or like, do we wish they would kind of become more solid in their stance on the monsters? Because kind of as a fan, I'm just like, you guys got to pick.
It's kind of a theme that's threaded through all of it. And it's sped up a bit lately about how not everything is
black
It's not black and white. It's very
yeah.
gray.
The shade,
And they have to. And it's funny. It's like, am I darker gray today or am I a lighter gray today? And that's kind of where they sort of wiffle waffle back and forth. And you're right. They kind of. Today
been
I
in
feel like
different
this.
places.
Tomorrow I want to stab
Yeah.
something.
It
But
depends-
today I'm okay with
depends
it.
what happened to me today.
Yes.
How I feel about it tomorrow.
Or like, was it last season when we had Dean killed Amy?
Yeah, there was the
Pond,
parallel the other way.
and then Sam killed Dean's daughter.
Yeah.
And we were very much making that
correlation
there. So yeah.
But
It's a good point. It's a
but
good
they've
point.
been speeding it up for the spin-off.
For the
Because
spin-off?
that's going to be 5 families.
Yes.
So, of
Okay,
different
cool.
monsters. and
Maybe
things.
they'll. Well, you said they wouldn't bring back anyone else, but I think that'd be cool.
It would
Benny
be.
was
It
in the
would be
spin-off.
nice.
Yeah.
I still believe Benny's alive. I didn't see him actually die. He was like 1 on 20. He could take them.
He could take it, yeah.
I'm just saying.
He was just fighting his way through purgatory.
Yeah, and then
so-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
Good afternoon.
Okay, let's get through these 4.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Just to touch up on her, actually, I think that's one of the things I enjoy the most about the show is that it's not so static. It's very dynamic. Like people's views change, and that's kind of because your own views change as well.
Yeah.
Like some people here who really enjoy some of the villains, right? And then you could kind of play back and forth like that on the show. My question is, and I might get stabbed and insulted afterwards for this, but is Chuck God?
Yes.
Is
Chuck
it?
was.
Is he?
Yes.
Did I miss the episode where they made
Well,
that
they
definitive?
didn't specifically. They kind of made you think it at the end of the episode when he sort of disappeared. And then Kripke said for sure at I think Comic-Con that yes, Chuck was supposed to be
did?
gone.
Oh, okay. So
But
I missed
again, if that doesn't happen on the show, if you're not
Yeah.
going to Comic-Con or you're not doing things, how do you know that? So
Thank
yes.
you. 'Cause I felt a bit of an ass coming here. I'm like,
No,
oh,
you can
find
do
out.
it. You're in a safe space. Hi.
Hi. My question is kind of hard because it kind of requires the stars to align or whatever. But I don't think the show will end other than an artistic decision from the showrunners because I think the fan base is going to be here for a while
Yeah.
and would stay. So I was wondering, like, when Veronica Mars got a Kickstarter for a film, that kind of sparked an idea in my head that maybe if the show does end, if the fandom kind of put money
Oh,
towards
I'd love
a
to
film.
see it as a film.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Would they do it?
Love to see them have the money to do a film, yeah.
I mean, Jared and Jensen have always said that they want to keep doing it as long as they can do it. They'll be Sam and Dean in wheelchairs, fighting him with a walker at the thing. So, and like you said, our numbers are pretty steady every year. I mean, the CW is not going to, get
And
rid
it's the
of
international markets as
They have
well,
an
remember?
international
Yeah.
market,
Big.
So yeah, we might be here again in 10 years and be like, oh, this show's still on. Oh my god. Sam's mad at Dean because Dean brought him back from dead again.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I thought of something. So we talked about shipping earlier, and I'm apologizing beforehand. So in Christian mythology, it does say that angels are genderless. They're like actually something with like 6 wings and 1 billion eyes or something insane like that.
Okay.
And they point out, or someone has pointed out, that if cast had chosen a female meat suit, they probably would have gotten together seasons
mean like
ago,
Anna?
and
You
then
mean like
they
Anna,
would have
yeah.
killed him off.
Yeah.
But
He'd be dead by now
my
if that happened.
question-
She'd be dead.
Yeah, she'd be
Right.
dead.
She'd have done quicker.
So I was kind of wondering your opinion. If Dean does fall in love with Castiel and we do get that ship, he wouldn't, I don't think he would actually be bisexual. I think it'd be something more along the lines of pansexual because he's a non-entity angel.
Sort of falling in love with a person rather than...
Right.
Yeah, 'cause does Castiel really identify as a male? Probably not.
He has.
He did.
Well, he did sleep with someone.
At some point.
But he was human at that time. So. Right.
I don't know.
I don't remember. So yeah, I don't.
It's just something to think
Yeah, I
about.
don't.
It's going to be pretty brave of any show that takes
Yes,
that
and I don't know if the CW
I
is
don't
going to
know
be
if
the
they're-
one that does
yeah,
it.
I don't
Okay,
think the CW
last question. Make it a really good one. No pressure.
I don't know if it's a really good one. We talked about how many of us are on the internet talking about it who are, pretty big fans. When I was at the Night Vale panel earlier, there was a fan who had gotten a tattoo based on Welcome to Night Vale. I was wondering how many of us have a supernatural themed tattoo.
I saw one.
There's
Give her-
quite-
oh.
There's quite. That's not
Usually
many.
there's a lot
Normally
more
there's a
hands
lot more
than
in here,
that.
yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Thank you.
Is that it?
Okay,
I think that's it. Thank you for coming.
We do have, if you guys want to take a look, we have some of the props from the set up front. If you ever want to get a close, they fell. Okay. If you want to look a closer look at like the moon door map from the that episode,
Yes,
or
and the book cover from the
Ghostfacer
Ghost
book.
Faces.
If you want to see what the Ghostfacer book cover looks like, we have pictures
all
of
done
that
there, and some of the
Otherwise, thank
hotel
you
visits.
so much
But thank
for
you for
coming.
coming
I hope
and
you enjoyed
lining
it.
up. Thank
Thanks
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We just epic failed at everything.
Pick up all
Did
the
everything
tape.
fall over?
What?
Man, we just lost.
Apparently everything's
everything fell off today. Oh, okay, that's
okay,
that's not so bad then.
Oh my god. I didn't even see
Take
it
it
go down.
I did because he grabbed it, and I was all like, man.
Oh, I'm getting everything stuck.
He's running away from us.
It's true.
A little bit terrifying.
I have these made. They're cool.
She's got one to match.
Nice.
Amy.
What?
See, they like our shirts.
Oh.